Hey guys, it's Amanda. If you're new to the channel, I'm an American who has been living in the UK for almost 10 years, and I post about my life and experiences living here, as well as weekly reactions requested from all of you guys. So today I'm going to be talking about animals, more specifically British animals that you won't find in America, except maybe in a zoo or if you're like an exotic pet owner. Now, I love all creatures, big and small, and when I moved here, I realized that the wildlife is quite different in both countries. For instance, where I grew up in Pennsylvania, it was common to see like deers, raccoons, skunks, and even possums on a weekly basis in our backyard. Now living in England, I see cats and foxes in the garden, and I have to say the foxes were probably one of the biggest shocks because of the noise at night. They actually sound like babies screaming. I don't know if that's common occurrence, but let me know if you guys hear the same things. Now, I appreciate the wildlife you see all depends on where you live in either country. Of course, there'll be more or less wildlife if you live in a city versus the countryside. But I really enjoyed making this video as I've come across animals I've never heard of, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Number 1, muntjac deer. I first encountered these cute little deer at center parks when we put out seed and monkey nuts, which led them straight up to our lodge. It was so amazing. I was fascinated by them as I'd never seen such tiny little deer before. They're about the size of like a medium-sized dog, and they're gingery brown color with like a pale little underside, and they have dark stripes on their face, and the males have small little antlers. Now, I didn't know this, but there are actually like 7 species of muntjacs known, but none of them are native to the UK. It was the Reeves muntjacs that were introduced from China in the 20th century in Woburn Park in Bedfordshire, and now that they're all mainly populated in the south of England in the woodlands and the parks, but apparently they are moving further north. Number 2, hedgehog. Now, I had no idea that these weren't native to the US, as I have seen people have them as pets. But I guess even saying that, I suppose you can get a lot of animals imported if you're in the market for it. And the ones that I've seen in the States were most likely the African pygmy hedgehogs, and not the European hedgehogs found all over the UK. Since moving here, I've never actually seen one as they're nocturnal, so they do most of their hunting at night. And they also hibernate. They also hibernate.
Well done!
They also hibernate throughout the winter. They're small, round, and brown, with around 7,000 yellow-tipped little spines covering their backs, and a cute little furry fuzzy face. They can even roll themselves into a little ball when they're feeling scared. And do I have any gardeners watching? Because apparently they're loved by you guys as they eat all the pesky little insects from your fruit and veg. Is that true? Let me know. Number 3, red squirrel or the Eurasian red squirrel. Many people confuse them with the American red squirrel, but they aren't related at all. They just so happen to have the same nickname in their native countries. From my experience, the ones here in the UK are much more deeper red compared to the ones that I've seen in Pennsylvania. Now, the red squirrel has a reddish-brown coat, a pale belly, some fuzzy little ears, and a super bushy tail. And its food of choice are hazelnuts, so you usually spot them in the coniferous woodlands. Unfortunately, I've never come across any, as they're pretty rare in the UK, due to the pesky American gray squirrels introduced in the 1800s. Since then, the population of the reds has dropped from around 3.5 million to between 120,000 to 160,000. And sadly, the population in England is thought to be as low as 15,000. There are a few reasons the gray squirrels have negatively affected them, with the biggest one being a disease that the grays carry called the parapox virus. Now, it doesn't affect the host, but unfortunately it kills off the reds that it comes into contact with. The grays also eat up all the food sources quickly, leaving nothing left, and on top of that, the stress it puts on the reds causes them to breed even less. So, although the grays are cute and friendly, they have taken over, which is really sad for our fluffy little red friends. At this point, I'm not even sure much can be done. I just hope they don't disappear entirely because that would be such a shame. Number 4, the pine marten. They're mainly found in Scotland with smaller populations in northern England and North Wales. They are a chestnut brown color with a pale yellow pattern on their chin and their throat, which is unique to them, so they can actually be identified by it. Plus, they have a super bushy tail. Now, I thought they would only eat like fruits and stuff, but apparently they feed on small rodents, birds, and insects. So pretty much whatever they can find. They aren't too picky. Now, again, I've never come across one myself, but they look so cute and cuddly. Number 5, slow worm. It's not a worm at all. It may look like a snake, but it's actually a legless lizard. You can find them basking in the sun in the woodlands and grassland all over the UK. Now, they're pretty small as they only grow up to like 50 centimeters long. And slow worms have smooth grayish-brown skin, and the males sometimes have like blue spots, and the females are bigger with dark sides and a stripe down their back. They hibernate, they shed their tails, and they have a forked tongue, and can even blink with their eyelids. And those are the best ways that you can tell them apart from snakes if you're ever unsure when you're out. Number 6, blue tits. It's a colorful little bird with a blue head, white cheeks, black little eye stripes, a greeny blue back, wings, tail, and a yellow belly. They're so, so pretty. These birds can be found all over the UK on farms, wetlands, woodlands, backyards, you name it, you'll probably spot them there. Apparently they are known for breaking the tops off the milk bottles and taking the cream off. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Has anyone ever experienced it? Let me know. The one I was probably the most shocked about was the hedgehog. I had no idea that they weren't native to the US. Now, I didn't want this to be a super lengthy, long video, so I know there will be some animals that I missed. So if you have any that you'd like to add or share, please put them in the comments. And as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, smash that like button if that's what you're into, and I'll see you in the next video.